Yo, what is going on, gamers? Today we're doing a special video, something I've been very excited to do. Some of you, most of you, hopefully, are familiar with the Delta pickup by Iceberg and DnD Gaming, as well as the Delta Gooseneck trailer. And today, guys, we're going to review as the final review here in Northport, Alaska. And we're going to review this trailer and we're going to review this truck. In my opinion, both the Delta pickup and the Delta Gooseneck are some of the finest mods that are available on Mod.io today. And they go so perfectly hand in hand together. They look awesome, they drive awesome, the quality's there, not just for visual, but also for performance as well. And I'm just super excited. But if you guys could do me a huge favor, make sure you drop a like on the video and drop a sub on the channel. We're going to jump into it, guys, and so far this, I think, is going to be my favorite mod review to do. This has been my favorite truck to drive for the last couple of weeks, and the trailer has been useful in almost every situation. Alright, we're going to jump into it, but drop a like and a sub, guys. Alright, guys, this is a little bit overdue, but we got to customize this Delta pickup from Iceberg and DnD Gaming. It has been something I've been looking forward to. Seems to have a lot of options. So engine options, we got the 6.0 liter V8 or the 5.7. 5.7 comes stock. We're going to put the 6 liter on. Gearbox, we have general purpose and off-road. I am kind of curious if we will see a tow suspension, tow gearbox, or possibly a fine-tune gearbox that represents what just came out with Phase 3. I believe Iceberg is working on an update, so I could see that coming. Suspension, we got hauling, which is awesome. Stock and lifted. Of course we're going to go with the lifted. Tires, we have a lot of really nice custom options. What we're going to do is go down to the, and some dually options too. That's really nice to see. Mud tires, so we got the Baja Claw Ice, which is just stellar. I wish more mods came out with a set of ice tires. We have the IROC Stiff tires, Super Swampers, IROC Soft, IROC Stiff in different sizes, more Super Swampers, Mud 2, Mud 1, and then we have the dually sets, which are 34s and 36s, Mud 1 dually, Mud 2 dually, and yeah. I think for this, what we're probably going to do is actually take the Baja Claw Ice. There is some chained options available too, and they come in the dually as well. They look pretty nice, as well as a studded set. And you can see the studs here. Very realistic to what an actual studded tire looks like. You know, I'm Canadian, eh? So I actually had a set of studded tires for my last set. Winch, we got the Autonomous Scout Extended. We're going to go with the Autonomous Scout Extended. And then we have the diff lock upgrade already equipped. We have the Mushroom Snorkel or the Tall Front Facing. Frame add-ons, front end weight, or extra front end weight, that would be good. Trunk supplies, rear box, fender flares. Those look just incredible. We can take a flatbed if we wanted it. We have a roll cage we could take, a toolbox, another toolbox, or a flatbed trailer hitch. That add-on requires... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So if you put the... Okay. I'm a little slow sometimes. Alright, there we go. We got the rear box trailer hitch. And we don't have dualies, but you could put the dually fenders on if you wanted to, which is cool. One thing I love about the mods that Iceberg has created is that with the dually fenders, for example, yeah, dualies, you're going to want the box to be a little bit wider to represent a dually truck. Well, now you can add that on with these dually fenders. It's so it's a standard truck, but if you want it to be, you could turn it into a dually. That's pretty creative. Rooftop, LED beacon lights, LED running lights, running flashers. Really creative here. I think what we're probably going to put on is a light bar. But you know what? We're going to put the beacon lights on because I haven't seen a light bar like that, I don't think, in many mods that's optional. I've seen it stock. I've seen it required. But front bumper, we got Off-Road 1 and Off-Road 2. I love the look of Off-Road 2, so that's what we're going to go with today. Rear bumper, combat bumper, and Delta Gaming custom. I really like this. It is pretty unique and original. We get the antenna alarm, and unfortunately we can't put mud flaps on because we don't have the flatbed. Rims, we got the heavy rim. Lots of paint jobs. Iceberg's creative. I've seen in his Blazer he had a unique paint job too. So for that reason, I'm going to go with a camo just to show everything that's unique about this model. We're going to pull it out, guys, and put it through the torture test. We're going to grab something special. We're going to grab something special, and we're going to put it through a different torture test than normal, guys. Alright, so the first thing that I want to point out is how refined this interior is. You all know what this Delta is inspired from. You all know what truck this represents, IRL. But I think Iceberg wanted to make sure that it was possible for this to make its way to console if it hasn't already. And in doing so, it became the Delta, which I think the name suits it just brilliantly. The gauges, the mirrors work, the gauges work, and they work a lot better than a lot of other gauges and a lot of other mods. Let me tell you guys. The big thing I want to note here too is the options. So there's I want to say at least 5 to 10 different custom tire options, if not more, if you want to count the sizes as well. And this front bumper, for example, there's 2 different front bumper options. There's 3 or 4 different options for the light bar. We go through all the customization. You know, we just went through it, so you know what I'm talking about. You can add weight to the front, which is good when you're hauling a fifth wheel like this or a gooseneck. It's really brilliant. This custom paint job, I think, is really nice too. I really enjoy that. The flasher bar at the top is something that I saw and it caught my eyes. I'm going to turn them on. It's rotating LED beacon, almost like what you see on some of the trucks in American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well. But I don't think I've seen this as an option. I've seen it come standard on some trucks, some wreckers and stuff. But I don't think I've seen this come as an option, especially not for a scout pickup. And so that's kind of cool to see here today on this as well. What I'm going to do is fast forward into the night, and we're going to put it through, obviously, the torture test. But the other things I want to highlight is the quality of the lighting. The headlights are very realistic. You know, it would be cool if there's an HID upgrade, but I don't know if that's possible. The taillights are spot on. Look at the flares on this trailer, though. I've seen some other gooseneck trailers available on Mod.io, but none of them just look this brilliant. And none of them seem to be as stable as this, I would like to say. It's a longer base. For the Delta, it's almost made perfectly for it. Even though I have the lift and the bigger tires, it still just kind of clicked in there like there was no issue. You do have a really cool option I'm going to put into daytime to show you guys. Brilliant operation. Raise or lower trailer legs. You can actually do that, guys. You could raise or lower the trailer legs. How unique is that? And that really puts a lot of immersion into simulation and realism for this game. The other thing I really want to point out too, since it's up, is all the different winch points on this truck and even on the trailer. Some people just put winch points wherever. What you see for winch points on this truck and on the trailer are very realistic of what you would see IRL, where you would winch from. So, but without further ado, guys, we got to put up these trailer legs and we got to hit the road. I maybe should have added weight in the front. I can't remember if I did or didn't. But that's okay. Even the sounds on this truck, it doesn't sound too crazy, and I just can't put my thumb on the word, but balanced is definitely something that comes to mind. And we do have a full trailer. All 4 trailer cargo slots are completely full, guys. I will say, the stopping power on this is actually pretty incredible. But just take a look at how friggin' badass this thing looks. This is a do work truck. You can do work all day long with this truck, no questions asked. It's cool to see, you know, just the compatibility to have this gooseneck available for a scout pickup. Now, fingers crossed, there is some trucks that might come out down the road, which I'd love to see be able to use this gooseneck properly. and we're hauling just fine in this mud. The other thing I wanted to point out, guys, which I kind of did a little bit, the fine-tuned gearbox, it wasn't very clear that the off-road one was based off the Phase 3 fine-tune. As you can see here, it actually is. So we have this as an option as well, which I think will make this truck a lot more versatile than it already looks. I know that this is a little crazy, but I'm actually realistically going to try to haul this through the scout side of the torture test. Now they're starting to dig into the mud a little bit also. You can kind of tell some spots. Look at the flex on that suspension. That is crazy as well. Some of the spots, it is looking like I possibly forgot to add the extra weight to the front of this pickup. But I am just amazed so far. It actually wanted to come in here, and now we're kind of like bottoming out, and that makes sense. We probably didn't hit it at the best angle possible, but we'll try to keep it going. We are still moving slowly. I don't know how often you have to carry a trailer through a mud pit like this either, but I mean, here we are, because why not, right? Alright, I'm going to winch a little bit. I think you're almost expected to winch if you have a trailer on like this. But I think once everything balances out, I think we'll be okay. I think we just need to get the trailer. Yeah, maybe something that could work in the future for this, maybe, possibly, would be an off-road version. I don't know what that would look like. I don't know how much realism that might take away from the concept of this trailer, but an off-road version might actually prove to be pretty unique and handy. We are still pushing through, slowly but surely. We're gonna have to break this tree branch. They'll let us. Now we're winching off of this one. I don't want to just winch the whole time. I really don't. That's not what I came here to do. Seems like low is possibly going to get us through this with a little bit of winching, but we are still moving. We're just really in the kind of deep soupy part. If we can just get left a little bit, I think we'll be perfectly fine. There we go. There's a little bit of momentum. We're gonna have to break this tree branch as well. I really did not want to have to winch this much, but I know this truck's capable. My only thing is that if we had an off-road version, which that's my mistake. I should have thought about that a little bit more. It is pulling through okay. You are having to winch a couple times, but I mean, there's a lot of situations in this game to get contracts and tasks done. You're almost gonna have to anyways. But what I will say is that the truck's capable. I think the issue comes down to the fact that the trailer's just not, it can't clear this. It just scrapes and almost becomes like an anchor in the mud. And that more or less is what would be costing us the potential to make it through this without needing a winch. But you can see here, we're actually pushing through it just fine, even to break these tree branches. So once we are leveled out and have the little bit of traction we need, it seems to be working fine. I'm interested to see what happens as we start to pull out of this mud though. Just because, again, the trailer is going to be at an angle where it just doesn't seem to have the ground clearance it needs. We are in the soupy part, so I do have to winch a little bit here to just try to get back, get right. Oh, you can see how much we're digging too. That is crazy. But as you can tell, this truck is more than capable. Again, we just might need to consider an off-road option. Possibly. It might be the only thing this truck needs. And I definitely did forget to add some weight to the front. But it just bottoms out way too easy. It's really cool seeing the flex in the suspension here though. I probably should have gone with a hauling suspension as well. That might have helped a little bit on the truck side. But we're going to try to push through here on the scout trail. It's a little narrow, but it's a very realistic approach to a trail that you might actually have to go through with a scout and a trailer like this. And we are in a low plus, which will hopefully help just a little bit. Okay, we were running. Wow, I can't believe we were able to pull through that, honestly. I really can't. That is crazy. This Delta truck is really working to earn its rights, earn its keep, pay its dues. Yeah, some weight in that front bumper would help quite a bit, I think. But here we are, putting stress on a truck more than you probably should. This is where having no front weight causes problems, because only the rear wheels are able to get just a little bit of traction. So I'll winch a little bit just to try to climb out of that hole we dug. We might have made it quite a ways. It's just really impressive. I don't even know what to say. To be honest with you, never did I think a truck would be able to haul a trailer of this length through here, let alone a pickup truck. But here is the Delta grinding it. It is really owning this trailer. And when you think about it, there's a lot you could do with a gooseneck, not just hauling cargo. It puts a lot of options there, it really does. Especially if you have a capable pickup or scout to do everything you need it to. Now we're just trying to navigate over this rock, kind of. Alright, Iceberg, if you're watching this at this point, man, I'm sorry. It's a Canadian in me. I'm sorry for doing this to your Delta pickup and your trailer. I really am. And this is a good example of how utilizing your gearbox fully, especially with this new fine tune or for the Delta off-road gearbox, can really help you get to new places. Alright, and here we go, guys. We got the cargo down here. It was no problem. Thanks so much for tuning in. Mod links for both are in the description, guys. Check them out today. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to drop a like and a sub, and we'll be back pretty soon.